Hey. Testing. What's going on, everybody? For those of you that were hanging out and waiting, well, we got a few of you, more than a few. I appreciate you guys. Decided I was going to go live for a fourth day in a row while I was at the gym. Hence why I put a picture of a still image of when I was first warming up in the thumbnail. I just had my post-workout meal. 2 egg white muffins with bell peppers and spinach that I get from Costco, the big pack. They're delicious. And then I had a scoop and a half of isotope from Redcon 1, whey isolate, and then a scoop of collagen peptides from Redcon 1. So I had a really nice, high protein, low fat, super low carb. Well, pretty low carb anyways. Post-workout meal, very high protein too. I mean, I probably had like 70 plus grams of protein just now. But the egg whites will take a little bit longer to digest. The collagen and the whey isolate will be quick, obviously. But as we usually start off, we got right under 40 people right now. I'll give it another minute before we start doing scent of the day and talk about a few of the fragrances that I have for the topic today. One of them being my scent of the day. Even though it's still, you know, high 30s, low 40s outside, I've just been itching to wear something fresh, specifically this one fragrance. And I decided to rock it today. So we got 40 people. We'll start it off with this. And so what's everybody's scent of the day? The one that sparked the topic, Afnan 9 a.m. Dive. Gorgeous blue fragrance. Very impressive. It's kind of like an amalgamation of all the blue, you know, the great blue fragrances. It's a little zesty, like this ginger smell underlying. It's airy. It's beautiful stuff. Got to eat my pre-workout. Rice Krispies. Oh God, you're on that trend of Rice Krispies before pre-workout. Let me guess, you wear high top white Nike Blazers too, and 5-inch shorts with a big baggy shirt. You rock that too, Matt? Jesus Christ. You chew on a straw while you work out? I know you don't have the broccoli haircut and the dangly cross earring. I know you don't have that. So I'm just picking. So let's see. Voyage Heritage. Decent. Cheers from the UK. How are you? Hi, good evening. Can you please do a review on Bath & Body Works coffee and whiskey? Probably not, because I don't really have any interest in picking it up myself. Usually if you see something on this channel, it's because I was interested in picking it up. I do take requests, and if it interests me, I'll grab it, but that personally doesn't really interest me. So unfortunately, I mean, that could change. Never say never, but I don't really have any plans on grabbing that one. Like I said, it doesn't excite me. I've seen people talking about it. Tobacco and Tonka Bean. That's a damn good one. Second, wearing a black Anubis. That's good stuff. Featured that in today's video. Well, shout out from Matt. Bulgari Man in Black. Looking for the easy to wear. That's a damn good one for this time of year, too. That's good stuff, man. Nice and spicy. Literally exactly what I'm wearing. I would believe it, too. I know that's not what you're wearing, but then again, you could surprise me. Let's see. Hugo Boss Reversed, layered with Versace Pour Homme. I bet that's an interesting scent profile. 2 great standalone fragrances. Givenchy Gentleman Cologne. It's in the 60s here. That's a great choice. That's mild spring weather. Very fresh and green fragrance. That's a great choice. It's a great choice. Kudos. Before that was Pop-Tarts pre-workout. See, he gets it. Yeah, that was the trend before Rice Krispie treats. Just something with sugar. That's all it is. Just eat something with sugar if you want to do that for pre-workout. Because look, you can get a quick pump without sugar. You know, you don't have to have pre-workout. There's certain formulas that just vasodilate, however you say that shit. Your veins expand and your blood and increases your blood flow, and you just get a pump faster. Arginine, stuff like that. Age-old stuff that's been working for years and years. Get some niacin in you, some B vitamins. Shit works just fine. You don't need to eat sugar to do it. But if you're super lean, I mean, you can get away with it. Insomnia Black Phantom Clone, and a great one at that. Speaking of working out, shout outs to Dan. He's probably at the gym right now. Blue Cedar and Cypress from Cremo. You know, Dylan, I never doubted for a moment that you were wearing a Cremo fragrance. Dior Homme, Eau de Toilette. So are we talking Iris Diorome or Modern Diorome? Curious. Let me know. I'm wearing Tom. Tom what? Tom Ford? Something? Right. That's my wife loves it too. I think I love that one more. She wears Damascena the most. Loves that stuff. Had to run out real quick earlier. Grab Rocha Sloan, threw on about 6 sprays. Always works in a pinch. No doubt about it. That stuff always works. We'll get through some more scent of the days, and then we'll go into the first fragrance of topic of the day. Luna Rosa Carbon. I haven't wore that in a little while. That's good stuff. I actually wore Sauvage last night, believe it or not. For those of you that didn't see my Instagram reel or TikTok that I made last night, I thought it was kind of funny. It just popped in my head to do, so I did it. Ended up spraying it. Actually already had citrine on, so technically I layered citrine with Sauvage EDT. Smelled good, you know. That's a little sweet. I wouldn't call it very sweet, because what I deem very sweet and what you deem very sweet might be two completely different things. And I've been talking about that fragrance for years, my man. Years. It's the fragrance most synonymous with me, aside from my own 2 creations. Black Orchid EDP. Okay, so it was a Tom Ford. Dino, what's going on, big dog? Mercedes-Benz Club Black. Definitely can't go wrong in the cooler weather. Trying Kismet today. I'm different. I like that. I'm different. Gentleman EDP Boisé. That's a great iris fragrance for sure. Nice and woody and spicy. You lose the creaminess of the EDP. Mercedes-Benz Le Parfum. I haven't smelled that in a long time. It's been a few years at this point. For those you can see on the lip, it's chapped. Downside, I've been hitting the Blistex instead of, because it's medicated, instead of Aquaphor. For those of you see me put the Aquaphor all the time on my lips in streams. Matter of fact, hit the Blistex. My lips chap so easy out here. It's ridiculous. When I get that loose skin, I got to get rid of it. So end up with shit like this. Paco Rabanne Pure XS. Never tried it. So I actually have no thoughts on it, unfortunately. Ultra Greatness now. Night Duty. Feeling great. Glad you're enjoying it, Mohammed. Thanks for stopping by. I like wearing a freshie in the cooler, cold weather for a change up. That's kind of what I'm doing today. It's nice and chilly in here. I should put my little space heater on. Diorome 2020. But no, I was just curious. No need to apologize. Tom is a great fragrance. Rolling with Evening Mystique today. Yeah, I haven't wore it this week. Kind of spacing it out because I keep going back to it. I mean, I love the stuff, you know. Good evening, Ross. Wearing Stronger With You Absolute. I guess you mean absolutely. My bottle's coming in. I have a decant right here, but I have a bottle coming. Love it. Smells similar to Angel Share. I could see some similarities there. I wouldn't call them 1-to-1, but I see where you're coming from for sure. Don't underestimate Chloe Ting workouts. That stuff kills me. No clue what you're talking about. Not even the slightest. Don't know who Chloe Ting is. Me and Deneen, we're talking about how fragrances are being reformulated. Most aren't the same as they were back then. So me and Joey were recently talking about how we romanticize things like that, because our sense of smell is stronger when we're younger. I've heard that recently, did a little research, and that indeed is fact. Shout out to RXL for bringing that to my attention. And yeah, when you look back, like people say Tommy by Tommy Hilfiger, oh, it was so much stronger back in the 90s. Was it really? Do you really remember what it was like 30 plus years ago? You know, or 30 years ago or whatever, 25 years ago? Do you really remember the smell that well? So I think we romanticize the strength of these fragrances. Coach Platinum, that's a great one. Just talked about that one recently. What's going on, Andrew? Tried the new Tom Ford cherry fragrances. No, they don't really interest me. Electric smoke and cherry smoke, or electric cherry and cherry smoke. Because Randy, who was in here earlier, fragrance dude, offered me a decant of cherry smoke, and I passed on it. It just doesn't really excite me, you know. I don't wear cherry fragrances that often, and when I get in the mood for cherry, I'll rock with Memories from the Gate Fragrances or Guerlain L'Homme Ideal EDP, something like that. Montrese, when did you guys work today? I wore Youp Extreme. I haven't tried that one. Diorome 2020 in the white box. Interesting. I'm assuming it's a white box. I don't know if I've ever seen the box for Dior Homme 2020. Also was in the mood for a freshie since I'm outdoors. Nishane Wulong Cha, that's a great one. So I'm going to skip some of these guys because I want to go ahead and get into the topic, which is light and fresh fragrances for daily wear, basically, regardless of the temperature. So those of you that haven't seen my first impressions on this is my first full wearing. I've got it on my forearms. I've got it sprayed around my neck. This is beautiful. I see the similarity that most get with Bleu de Chanel. I also get some Dylan Blue. I've heard LV Afternoon Swim without the musk. Again, heard that from RXL. I've heard a bunch of different things. That's why it's kind of a, you know, Frankenstein in some ways. Like it's a bunch of blue fragrances in one. Like it'll remind you of many things. I think the Bleu de Chanel comparison is the strongest relation. That seems to be the common denominator. People say it reminds them of, but it's not straight up Bleu de Chanel. Definitely leans it. It's got a good chunk of Bleu de Chanel's DNA going on here, but it's not one-to-one. Now, it doesn't come across as super strong off my skin. I think this is going to be an average projector at best, but it is light and airy. It seems to wear just right for what I like. And as long as I can fall into that 6 to 8 hour range in performance of longevity, I'll be happy. And Afnan, I have no doubt they'll be able to get me there with this eau de parfum. They typically, that's the wheelhouse for me, like my sweet spot, if you will, of 6 to 8 hours. If I can get that with something that's this fresh and enjoyable, doing pretty damn good. So I don't know how many of you have tried this yet. Let me know down below what you think about it. What are your thoughts on it? This is the one I wanted to start the topic off with, since it's what, made me think to title it this way and have this discussion, and it's what I'm wearing today. This is really good stuff. You can get it super cheap. It was $35 from Kingdom Fragrances. If you want to grab a bottle, click that link tree up top, and there's a Kingdom Fragrances link by the fragrance segment. So let's see. Scott's rocking Mossy Into Me. Speaking of ginger, I get a lot of ginger on my skin with that one. Ginger, watermelon, and woods, basically. 9am Dive is good for $30. I agree. I'm really enjoying it. Talking into the Google mic, mispronounced words, LOL. Gotcha. Presentation's good too. Yeah, they changed up the presentation. The box is really cool looking. Very beachy vibe with it. And it's a 2-piece box now. They definitely stepped it up. 9 p.m. still my favorite one. Oh, yeah, night and day difference. This is not even remotely close to the same scent profile. 9 p.m. is all about, a fruitier take on Ultra Male, basically. I like it better than Ultra Male. Ray says, hit that like button, y'all. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, 30 likes, 68 viewers right now. That's less than half. We can do it. Hit that thumbs up, guys. I appreciate you. That'll help us get a little bit more people going this way if you start hitting that like button to help a brother out. You know what I mean? To me, 9am Dive has done YSLY in it. A little bit. I could see that. Invictus mixed with Bleu de Chanel. Very good stuff. That's a fair assessment, too, because there's a little bit of sweetness here, so I can see where you're coming from with Invictus. YSLY. I could see that too, because it has this brightness to it that could come across as aldehydes for sure. So the opening could definitely fit it. I can't knock that comparison either. I mean, like I said, it's basically just I don't know if you would be wrong saying just about any blue fragrance. It reminds you of just about anything, Well, everyone, wearing business over pleasure today. That's what I'm talking about. I'm enjoying the fragrance very much. Such a wonderful creation. Thank you for sharing your and Claude's inspiration. Thank you so much for picking it up, and I'm glad you're enjoying it. Seriously. What's good, Ross in chat? Rocking Herba Pura today, feeling froggy. That's what I'm talking about. I've never smelled Herba Pura. I only have one Zaharoff. There's a few that I've sampled, but I only have the one, which is a Cento. Just ordered Prada Rosa Ocean the other day. That's a great one. Great everyday fresh scent for the humid southeast. Yes. It's a little bit more on the sweet side, though. As long as it's definitely blue fragrance through and through, but it's a sweeter blue fragrance. There's a little bit of this caramel smell in there. You're going to get a little bit of a floral tone, soapy floral tone with the iris. That's how Prada likes to use their iris. It's more on the soapy side. But it's a very nice release from 2020. Was it 2020 or 2020? No, 2021. Sorry, it was a 2021 release. It was really good stuff. I really like it. Definitely like to wear freshes in the cold. Just recently wore Artisan Blue, my favorite John Barbados fragrance. And I loved how it reacted in the cold air. Also enjoy wearing Vintage Green, another great one. Chrome Pure, another great one. Man, you got some good taste. I like your taste, Noel. Because I know I was saying Noel the other day and you corrected me. So, Noel, I agree completely with your taste here. Light and fresh fragrances can turn out to be one of those hidden gem types too, especially if you live in a warmer climate. Yeah, absolutely. What's going on, Hillary? How are you, Hills? Good to see you. I hope you and Yara are doing really well today. Also, recently wore the Dreamer, which has a fresh airiness to it. I've never been a fan. I gave away my bottle years ago. Rocking that Iris Man by Making Sense. Now we're talking. It's better than Prodalome. Come on, focus for me one time. There it is. Iris Man for Making Sense. You know, I don't do an individual video on that many from Making Sense. This one warranted it because it's just so freaking good. God, he nailed this scent profile, and it's a much higher oil concentration than the original. So it's not as bright as Prodalome because that's an EDT, and this is an extrait. Boy, he nailed the scent profile, and it lasts forever. It's like glue in your skin. It's so good. So good. It's better than the original. What's up, Mark? How are you, my man? You have 2023 fitness and training goals. Any new shoes, equipment reviews coming? So I've been kind of putting off getting the Project Rock 5s. They've been out for a little while now. I'm waiting on the right colorway. I debated on those camo Veterans Day ones, but I procrastinated too long. Now my size isn't available. I'm waiting on a good color to drop. You know, that'll be my next review. I'm waiting on the Metcon 8s to get cheaper because it's the same damn shoe as the Metcon 7, minus the rope guard, and they changed the upper a little bit. But the middle of the shoe onto the bottom of the shoe is the same. It's overall 80% the same shoe. So I'm not in a rush to pay retail for that shoe. I will get the Metcon 8s eventually. I mean, hell, I'm wearing Metcon 1s right now. I love Metcons. That's what I wear the most is Metcons. Mainly Metcon 1, 2, and probably the 6s are the ones I wear the most. I got a few pairs of the 6s, a few pairs of the 1s and 2s. That's why I say that's the ones I wear the most. I got between 1s and 2s, I have 5, 6 pairs between the 1s and 2s. I have 6 different colors. So eventually, as far as training goals, I cut back. My New Year's resolution was to cut back on the snacking, and I've done that. Literally, my post-workout meal was 2 egg white muffins with bell peppers and spinach, scoop and a half of whey isolate, and a scoop of collagen peptides. The only snacking I've been doing is protein bars and a little bit of some Lay's stacks. I'll do a stack about that bit because, look, as long as I'm not doing the heavy processed sugar, I'm not doing candy, that's huge for me because I have a sweet tooth. This doesn't really curve my sweet tooth that well. I'm constantly wanting to munch because I want something sweet. But my calories are in a good spot. Sometimes I'm a little bit of a deficit. Sometimes I'm a little bit over maintenance. But it hasn't been terrible calories. I've been eating pretty clean. So I've actually been drying up a little bit the last few days because I cut the sugar back so much. So far, so good. Sticking to it. No specific training goals other than just trying to lean out a little bit more. I don't want to sacrifice too much size because I'm pretty big right now. But my arms are very lean. Abdomen's starting to come out more and more. Chest is leaned out quite a bit. Back's starting to lean out. My legs are very lean. Veins all over my calves and certain spots on my quads when I do legs now. So it's not specific goals that I haven't shared already, just trying to stick to those same goals. But I appreciate you asking. As far as any equipment reviews, I don't have anything specific in mind outside of I've done some those Project Rock headphones and these JBL earbuds on my other channel. So make sure you check out TLTG vlogs for stuff like that. Fitness content, electronics, anything fitness related really is all on that channel. So if you click my name, go to my page, you'll see other channels on the main page on home and just click TLTG vlogs. That's where all of that content goes. But I appreciate you asking. I actually just put out a shorts video like an hour and a half ago while I was still at the gym. Day Red Tobacco. Just got home and ordered tobacco from Alhambra from Fragrance Bar. Hey, I hope you like it. I hope you like it. That's some good stuff, man. Sweet honey tobacco. Shout out to Mikey Dinsmore. Yes, indeed. La Yucawam Tobacco Blaze in Puerto Rico. 78 degrees. To gain attention at school. Well, at that point, you're going to want something on the playful side. Sweet, but not too sweet. Fresh, but not too fresh. I would stick the route of fresh. Honestly, we could go into the next fragrance topic because this would actually be really good for school. This is tried and true, timeless Versace Mano Fresh. This is tried and true, man. Girls love the way this stuff smells. It's citrusy, it's fresh, it's watery, it's a clean musk, it's a little zesty, kind of fresh, spicy tone to it. This is a beautiful fragrance, and everything that smells like it. But man, nothing beats the original. That sour citrus from that star fruit. Oh God! So let me spray that again. Man, Mano Fresh. Mano Fresh, you can't go wrong with this. This is a great everyday wear. If you like fresh, doesn't matter if it's cold outside like it is right now. Well, there's 2 sprays that the airspace some good. It smells great here right now. It's funny that you asked this question because I think this would be a great choice for you. This is a 30 ml. Bottles always look cool to me. It has this spine going around. It's a light blue because it's a light blue fragrance. Timeless, tried and true, affordable from discounters. In fact, click that Linktree link at the top of the chat. And when you get to the fragrance section, the very first link is perfumeonline.ca. They have this for a great price in a multitude of sizes. Check it out. This would be my recommendation because it's that easy. It's a generic answer to some that are more into the hobby. But for a young man, this is an awesome fragrance to have. This could be that one you wear every day. You will get compliments. You will smell great. You're going to like the way you smell. It's good stuff. Thank you for asking, and I hope that helps. I hope you enjoy it. More than likely, you will like it. I mean, who the hell doesn't like Versace Mano Fresh? Very, very few people. Somebody may say it in the chat right now, but I guarantee you it's going to be the 1%. But thank you for stopping by and checking us out. Selling new Y80T for $60. Yeah, I saw that on the website the other day. I get emails from Nordstrom Rack's website. I buy some stuff from them here and there. Catch my whiff. How are you? Justin, what's going on, big dog? Versace Dylan Blue being one of the light and fresh types for sure. That's a good one too, but Versace Mano Fresh, even lighter, even fresher. Making sense is damn near dead ringer to my nose for Creed Spice and Wood. Love it. I've never tried that. We're up to 96 people, 47 likes. Oh my God, we are better than this, guys. That is less than half again. We're better than that, guys. Hit that thumbs up. Help a brother out. I appreciate you. I believe in you. I love you. Let's see. Noel said, thank you, sir. Haha. What's up, Randy? Long time. So shout outs to the dickhead parcel carriers that broke Randy's bottle. Randy had to refuse his package with Evening Mystique today because the box was soaked and there was glass sticking out. So they were rough with that man's package. Rough. I'm sorry about that, Randy. You know, I mean, once the package leaves Zaharoff, we can't control what either the post office or UPS is going to do with it, or FedEx, depending on which shipping option you chose. But man, I'm sorry that happened. I've been pissed. Easy fix. Get another bottle out to you, no problem. But yeah, that's bullshit. I'm sorry you're having to deal with that, man. So good, but I understand why some people don't like it. And look, I don't hate it. I don't have to scrub it off my skin. I'm just not a fan. Sin of the day, Bourbon Street. Well said, I'm itching my way over to getting Davidoff Zeno for wearing. And had it 2 years, and I felt it was too old man smelling. Sprayed on my arm sometime, and it's actually growing on me. Took me a couple of years to control the sweet tooth. Yeah, I'm bad about that for sure. Crush on Me by Unique Luxury. Nonstop compliments. Have a hand on that. I've never tried. I've heard great stuff, though. I know it's kind of hyped. Eros Parfum, I have a bottle coming. I didn't do a shopping video. I have a package coming from perfumeonline.ca. Le Beau Le Parfum, Eros Parfum, and Tarathi Blue from Afnan. So I have a bottle of each of those coming to do some reviews. Oh, God, this is so good stuff. I can't wait. I actually did order from Perfume Online, Le Beau and Stronger With You Absolutely, like I was talking about earlier. So I have that coming too. So I have 2 packages coming from them. Are you lucky people that can go out and buy shoes and have no problem? I'm happy for you. I wear a size 14 and 15 in dress shoes. Damn, Montrese. Damn, that's all I can really say. That sucks, man. Yeah, I wear 8.5, 9. I'm a short guy. I'm 5'7". So, what's a good red tobacco clone? Somebody in the chat will have to hook you up because I don't have any red tobacco clones. I just wear red tobacco. Yeah, somebody else will have to hook you up with a recommendation. Unfortunately, I can't help you. Oud Satin. Speaking of good clones, that's a good clone right there. Versace Mano Fresh, and his girl loves it. Yeah, I've never met a woman that smelled Versace Mano Fresh on me and did not like how it smelled. Good red tobacco clone, Paris Corner, wild and tobacco, but hard to find. There you go. Appreciate you weighing in, Randy. Honestly, better than red tobacco. That's a bold statement. I like the direction you took with the new Zaharoff collabs. The first was fresh, but this one's very gentlemanly to me. Nice work. Thank you so much. I'm glad you like it. Paris Corner is good. This so apparently you need to check out this Paris Corner one. That seems to be the revolving door of repetitive recommendation. If it's said multiple times, it must be the one. So there you go. Light and fresh fragrances for everyday use. L1212 white, absolutely. Missoni Pour Homme, yes. Star Walker, yes. I agree with all of that, which we'll go into the next one. One that kind of a dark horse for me pick up last year that surprised me. Jaguar Pace Accelerate. So if you look online, you'll see a lot of comparisons to Ancre Noir Sport. And yes, it's a little bit, it's like it. It's got some earthy vetiver with a lot of freshness, but this is much more peppery spiced. It's all about fresh spice. It's watery and airy. It's got the earthy, woody vetiver, but a lot of fresh, peppery spice. This is good stuff. I find myself reaching for this more than Ancre Noir Sport. You see that juice level dropping. I love this stuff. I like this better than the original that it's flankered from, which was a peppery shower gel smell. Had a lot of green spice to it. This is good stuff, guys. Really good. There it is. It's even a little smoky at the top. Like, this is so underrated. Nobody talks about this. You want something a little different. It'll remind you of some things, like I said, Ancre Noir Sport and stuff like that, but it's got its own twist for sure. This is a great light and fresh everyday scent. Decent performance. Average projector. Bright and airy, but, you know, decent longevity, like 5 hours on my skin. This is some good stuff. I did a full review on this one last year. This one absolutely surprised me. I think some of you would be surprised as well. You'd have to roll the dice on this one, but it's sub $30 price point for, I think it's a 90 ml or 100 ml. Yeah, 100 ml. You can get 50 mls too, but it's good stuff right here, guys. This is another great one that fits this topic perfectly. And my man right here bringing it up made me think, you know what? Let's move on to another fragrance. He's not lying about the Eau Fresh for sure. It's good stuff, man. Boss, what's a good everyday fragrance that's not considered unisex at all whatsoever? Let's see. Something masculine. I mean, depends on your age group and your style, but Eau Sauvage from Dior would fit that perfectly. Great everyday fresh. Not the strongest performer, but overtly masculine. Nothing unisex about that. Dolce & Gabbana The One Gray. A little bit more modern. Smells like a fresher version of the one. You don't have all of that sweetness, but you still have the amber tobacco smell with some fresh spice. That's a great daily scent that I wouldn't consider unisex. That's definitely more on the masculine side. Kind of affordable, $40 range from discounters online. Did a review on that one a few years ago, if you're interested. Let's see what else. Let me look around. Carolina Herrera 212 Men. That original, that's great. But I could see some women wanting to wear that as grassy green, juicy citrus, some woods. Not super uber masculine, but I wouldn't really consider it all that much unisex. It leans masculine for sure. Let's see. Got to look around. There's a lot that could work in this situation. Let me think. Something like Bentley Momentum Unbreakable. Very herbaceous green, a lot of galbanum. Very herbaceous, spicy green, but there's this freshness. There's an earthy tone to this iris that's in there. It's not floral, makeup-y, waxy, super powdery or anything like that. It's more of an earthy floral tone with some woods. That's an underrated gem too that you can get really freaking cheap. Bentley Momentum Unbreakable. Even though it's got iris in it, I don't think that's unisex. That's definitely a masculine leaning herbaceous fragrance. Like I said, very earthy tone. One of the most earthy irises especially designer, because that's a designer level when it comes to Bentley and the Momentum line. Surprisingly laid back floral that's very earthy. So check that one out. That's one that's very different. I can almost guarantee you don't have something like that in your collection. That might be a good answer for you. And I think you can get carded samples online. I would do a little search. I did a review on that one too, if you're curious, to get a little bit more detail. Super sad about my bottle. Yeah, sorry about that, man. Yes, please. Versace Man Eau Fresh. Smash the like. That's what I'm talking about. 61 likes and 100 people. We can do better than this. We can be above 70 likes. I know we can. Vintage Dior Homme 05. I'm jealous. Silver Stem Dior Homme. I'd love to get a 50 ml of that. and not have to pay astronomical prices. I would love, love, love that. It's been years since I've smelled that. I smelled it one time. I would love to get that. I would love to get Silver Stem Diorome Cologne, the original formulation when it had iris, when it was just fresher Diorome. Man, that would be great. Both those Silver Stem versions, I would love to have those. I don't blame you guys at all. Just sad I don't have it in hand. So the day is Second Soul. Great choice. Speaking of Zed creators. Personally like Eros, but didn't love it. Kind of like Invictus Victory. That's how I've always been with Eros EDT. I really like the EDP, and I have a feeling I'm going to love the Parfum. I can't wait for the Parfum to get here. And I have to eat grapes. And those cutie oranges that curve my sweet tooth. That's still sugar, admittedly not processed sugar. It's natural, but it is sugar. And look, I'm not saying I cut sugar out completely. That's what I'm going to try to do, apples and stuff like that, because that's good for your cardiovascular system. I'm going to go that route here and there, get back on that kick. I was eating apples for a little while before I got back to eating candy. I have 2 6.7s of that Versace Fresh. I love that fragrance. Yeah, you can't go wrong, man. You cannot go wrong with Versace Mano Fresh. Good stuff. Ralph's Club EDP, a gift set I got from Nordstrom Rack for $49. That's a steal. I was just saying in yesterday's live that I haven't wore the Parfum in a while. I need to pull that one out and put it back on the rotation table. The newest version, that's really good. Jimmy Choo Man Ice. 2 bottles of Tltg Blue and 1 of the brown in my 51 frag shipment. Yes, for those of you who don't know, not so famous YouTuber let us know yesterday he purchased 51 fragrances that are coming in to start the year. That's a ridiculous haul. Like if I was to buy a 51 fragrance haul, I couldn't even begin to think how long that video would be. A recorded video, unboxing first impressions. Good God Almighty. The ultimate clone, Lattafa Assad, performed great. That's one of my favorite Lattafa pickups from this past year for sure. Interested to hear your take on Tltg Blue. I'm no fan. Smells like candy pine needles to me. That actually sounds attractive to me. I hope you find it better than me. I hope so too. Like I said yesterday, if Joy really likes something, usually I will. And that's the one review I've seen on it where I was like, you know what? I need to try this. I think I would like it. I'm finally getting around to it. Do me a favor for my own sanity. Spray the Humidor and Rose I sent you, at least on paper, finally. Not in this moment. I'm not going to dig that out right now. Scent of the day, Salvatore Ferragamo Uomo Limited Edition. OG Lodisi and Lodisi Sport are good fresh ones in my opinion. I can't argue with that opinion. That's a great opinion. Ross, I smelled that Paris Corner one on my live right before you joined the other day for the first time, and man, it's good. I believe you. I absolutely believe you. Fresh gym scent of the day, Allure Sport. Man, smelling good at the gym. Damn. A little stronger than I would like at the gym. I'd probably do like 2 sprays for something that strong. I'm not saying it's a beast, guys, but for me, I like the weaker stuff for the gym. Like Mano Fresh is kind of on the stronger side for me for the gym. I go easy on the spray. So I'm just spraying it for me. I don't want a bunch of people to smell me because I smell a bunch of different people every day at the gym. Trust me. It's not bad. It's just I'm not there looking to smell a bunch of aromas. As long as somebody doesn't stink, it's a win. But, I smell a lot of strong-ass fragrances at the gym sometimes. Never expected the description of Jaguar scent to make my nose salivate, so to speak. I mean, it's worth a try. It surprised me. I just bought it on a whim and was like, wow. It was like, it's one of my favorite fragrances from that haul. It was one of my bigger haul videos from last year. Montal Oud Dream. Chris from Scentland talked about Pace Accelerate a couple times and recommends it too. Yeah, it's good stuff. Definitely good stuff. 212 VIP frag with coffee coming out. I'm actually interested in. Versace Pour Homme. What are good date night fragrances that are light and fresh without being beastly? I don't know. I don't really wear anything light and fresh on dinner dates. So for me, it's more warm and cozy stuff. Sweet, spicy, ambery, floral. That's the kind of stuff I like to wear to dinner with my wife. So as far as recommending something light and fresh for a date night, I'm the wrong reviewer and wrong channel for that because that's not my cup. That's not the kind of thing I wear in those situations. Because basically all of my recommendations are based off of my experience. Hey, Dylan, Legend Spirit. There you go. Basically, their take on Invictus Aqua 2016. Aqua di Gio Profumo is fantastic. Works for all seasons. Absolutely. Even hot, humid days. Sub-zero chills. It performs and is undeniably masculine. That one and Cypress Cedar from Banana Republic. I agree with both of those. Profumo is amazing. Absolutely it is. What's going on, Alan? I heard there was a buff, handsome dude live streaming. Looked like I was lied to. You must have been. You know, I heard there was some chubby referee looking guy that was looking to get in somebody's chat. I don't think they were talking about you. 2003 Versace Man is great. I've never tried that. The purple bottle. I slept on it so long. There was so many times I could have picked up a tester without a cap. And I was like, no, I don't want that bottle without the cap. I don't want any bottle without the cap, but especially this bottle. Imagine just having this. No cap. Just doesn't look right, does it? Versus having the cap. Yeah, see, I just can't imagine having that bottle. Imagine purple without the cap. I just couldn't do it. Versace Mano Fresh equals Mercedes-Benz Cologne. Disagree. There's a whole lot of orange going on with Mercedes-Benz Cologne. It's like Dior Homme Cologne if it was full of orange. So I disagree, respectfully. When I didn't know anything about cologne, I wore red tobacco with like 8 sprays to school. Jesus Christ. Everybody was staring at me. This is a joke, by the way. Okay, yeah, that would be a lot. That would definitely be a lot, man. Might remind you of Vince Camuto Homme. Very fresh fragrance. That is a great one. That's another dark horse fragrance that doesn't get a ton of love. Here and there, you might see somebody talk about it, but that's a good one. Still pops up at rack stores, too. I saw it not that long ago. How are you, Kevin? If you had to pick one, Side Effect, Carlisle, or Naxos. Most people would probably say Naxos, but I'm probably going to say Carlisle. There was a time when I was having a love affair with Carlisle. I love that. At one time, I used to love the hell out of that fragrance. I haven't worn it in a while. It's great. I would probably go with Carlisle, me personally. Everybody's going to have a different answer, though. I mean, you should really sample all three, Dan. That's the only way you're really going to know. What's up, Mikey? Just got off work. Hoping one as well. And yes, Tarathi Blue is solid in my honest opinion, or in my humble opinion. I'm not sure. The H could go either way, you know. Shout out to Joy. That man has bought 400 plus bottles last year. Jesus Christ. What's going on, Joe? Wish I could stay longer, but in the middle of 11-hour work day, so I have to get back. But I just dropped in to say hi, and I'm wearing Matching Mediation by Replica. Good to see you, man. Well, from the Replica line. Well, I figured that's what you were talking about. Dior Homme Sport 2021 testing of the Immortals on my hand today. Thanks, sir. I'll check out Dolce & Gabbana, the one gray. Definitely find a Zaharoff Pour Homme Intense to my collection next. That's great, but cooler weather. Cooler weather every day. That's the first thing that came to mind when you asked. But it's like, that's not all season. It's too much for the heat. It is just too much. But for the cooler weather, absolutely. Influencer is sending me Tom Ford Noir Extreme Parfum now. Which is social side, you should join for the free stuff. I've signed up to them in the past and never got anything from them, so I don't really check it, you know. What up, Alan? Just yelled down the street. Did you hear me? Wondering if Flower City Fragrance will come out with a new fragrance. They should. Bourbon Vanilla is absolutely amazing. I haven't wore that one in a little bit. I need to put that on the rotation table. Vanilla ice cream, bourbon, and wood. That's basically what it is. What up, Alan? Just yelled your name down the street. Did you hear me? Retyped. Have you smelled Our Hair Mine Amber Oud Ruby Edition? No, I haven't. I don't plan on getting it. I mean, when I get in the mood, I have Rouge, you know? I've had a bunch of people ask me about Ruby. So I'm fat. So what? Well, hey, apparently you were lied to, just like I was. I was lied to, you know? I didn't say that. Somebody else was asking me if a guy dressed like a chubby referee-looking guy was in the chat. I could have swore I was lied to. You're stunningly handsome in a Kevin James kind of way, Alan. And I don't mean King of Queens Kevin James. He's lost a lot of weight. He looks great now. First one of the dates, Aqua di Gio Absolute. I see that working. That's one of my favorites. LMFAO at Alan. Sure. I'm just picking with Alan. I got that too. Smells like grape swisher sweet. Ooh, haven't smoked a grape swisher sweet since I was like, I don't know, 17. It's been a long time. Yeah, Ben's clone, Dior Homme clone, Jimmy Choo Man Ice are all the same with different citrus, pretty much. Okay, so I got to skip ahead. I'm way behind. There we go. Zaharoff travel set with Royale X, Citrine, and Tobacco, or red tobacco from an next buy. You should dive into the house and get the travel set. check those out for sure. Tltg, I can't imagine you not liking. Citrine is magnificent, especially in the opening. And Royal X is a lot of people's favorite. If you like clean musk, you're going to like that. I would suggest Rosé, just saying, but you may not like that kind of stuff, but that's the best of the house, you know. Purchase 100 ml Mana Fresh tester with no cap, then purchase full presentation 30 ml just to get the cap from 100 ml. I'm a loser, but it saves me. But so the 30 ml bottle is not the same size. That cap is not going to fit. This is a little bottle. This is a 30 ml. This is not going to fit. The 100 ml cap's about that much bigger. It's not going to fit. Sorry to burst your bubble, but it's not going to fit. It's not going to work. What's up, Darren? Just going to keep staying consistent, brother. Best in the game right now. Thank you for the kind words, my man. No wonder you're calling yourself a smooth operator. I do. It's the time of year for me to pull it out, too. I just have so many fragrances, guys. That's why there's a lot of good stuff that sits in its box. Or if it's stuff I've had for years before I started keeping the boxes, they just sit there and collect dust sometimes. It's, again, I don't advise getting as many fragrances as I have. A lot of cool stuff just sits, and you got to go back to, you got to make yourself be like, oh, I forgot I had that, and dust it off and wear it, you know? Such man fresh. Okay, move back on one. Okay, same thing. If you want to make out, just ask. Maybe next time, Alan. Alan equals flex tape guy of Fragcom. There we go. The flex seal. Oh my God. You ever heard of that before? So let's see. I had one without the cap, went to Nordstrom, and they had a bucket of caps. Took one, LOL. Yeah, shit, that's cool. That works out. Ross, if you know what a grape swisher sweet smells like, I don't care what you say. You are from the hood, bro. Close enough, though. Close enough. Yeah. I come from the generation where before we learned how to roll blunts, we would get all the tobacco out of a Black and Mild and stuff the Black and Mild. Oh, yeah. The good old days, man. I got really good at rolling blunts, though. It's like riding a bike. I could roll a blunt like a master right now, and I haven't rolled a blunt in years. Years. It's been a long time. If you had to choose 3 new fragrances for 3 different lines, what would you want to release this year? So I said it before. I'll say it again. Bleu de Chanel Elixir, number 1. A new Spice Bomb flanker is number 2. Now, number 3, I don't know. That's a good question. Let me look around a little bit. What's something I'd like to see a new flanker for? I got one. Mont Blanc Explorer Parfum. Bet you nobody's thought of that. I haven't heard anybody say that. And some of you be like, really? That's that? I think that would be great. I think it would be better than what we have now, which a lot of people love, and grew on me for sure. I like it a lot more than I used to. My wife loves it. That's one I think nobody would think to say. A parfum version of Mont Blanc Explorer. But definitely a new Spice Bomb flanker and Bleu de Chanel Elixir. Those 2 I need to have this year. I need that. Victor and Rolf, Bleu de Chanel, hope you're watching. I doubt you are. But y'all pay people to keep fingers on the pulse in this community. These companies know about this community, guys. So hopefully somebody sees this. Hopefully a rep sees this that deals with their social media segments. We need Bleu de Chanel Elixir, a new Spice Bomb flanker, which I'm sure we're going to get, and Mont Blanc Explorer Parfum. Next release should be Spice Bomb Effervescence. That's an interesting name. Believe it or not, I think a blue Spice Bomb will come sooner than later. I've heard infrared EDP next, which I could believe because they did it with night vision. But I'd like to see some sort of blue take on Spice Bomb. I think that would be really good. How are you, Steve? Thank you so much for being here. Not a fan of the fresh roses much, but I'm stuck on Killian's Roses on Ice. Man, I would buy 200 ml if I could. Looking for a good clone. Haven't tried Rosa on Ice from Dua, but it's only in 30 mil. You ever seen Kevin James' YouTube channel? He actually makes really funny, high-quality videos. I have not. I'm going to need to look into that because I like Kevin James. That's why I bring him up. And Alan kind of looks like him. He really does. Go to Fragrance Fight Night's channel, look at him, then go to Kevin James's channel and look at him. They look like they could be brothers. Same family, not identical twins or anything. Stuff in the Black and Mild was a classic move. Exactly, man. That's the beginning stages when you're real young. Never smoke or drink, but man, I was around it all the time. Oh yeah, I'm sure. DRM 2020 intense version of the non-iris. I could see that coming down the pipeline actually, because they're phasing out the iris fragrances for a new era. So I could see that being a thing, and them discontinuing Dior Homme Intense with iris. I could see that happening. Polar Red Parfum. I need that in my life, or a new Jean Paul Gaultier Ultra Male Parfum. Ultra Male Le Parfum is what they would call it. I'd be down for that. Ultra Male Le Parfum. I'd be down for that. I would buy that. Got my scent of the day ready for tomorrow, and top up decant Spice Bomb Extreme. Love Christmas gift fragrances with a wink emoji. I'm with you on that. Want Bleu de Chanel Elixir. Me too, because I love the parfum. I like Bleu de Chanel Parfum. I forgot, this was right when I was turning the stream off yesterday. Somebody asked Sauvage Parfum or Bleu de Chanel Parfum. That's a close race because they're both my favorite versions of each respectable fragrance, but narrowly Bleu de Chanel Parfum would take the cake there. That's why I want Bleu de Chanel Elixir so badly, because Sauvage Elixir is so great, but it ventured away greatly from the DNA. I think they could find a way to still tie the Bleu de Chanel DNA in and really make something remarkable. High hopes. A lot of room for disappointment because I have that high hope, but you never know. It's Parfum Vintage fallen out of favor with Fragcom. I don't know. I never did anything with them. The Victor and Rolf rep has entered the chat. That would be nice. I mean, Jason, you'd be surprising me if you told me you were a Victor and Rolf rep, but if so, I need a blue flanker to Spice Bomb. I need a blue flanker. We've got ton that fit, tie real closely to the original. We got a ton of them. We got every sweet version you can imagine with the Spice Bomb DNA. We need a blue one, not necessarily aquatic. Doesn't have to be aquatic, but I think they could work some magic there. I would be the biggest advocate for it. I'm a blind buy it day one. Anything they put out in that line. I buy Bleu de Chanel Elixir for show. That's what I'm talking about. About two oldies, Chanel Egoist and Platinum Egoist. Yes, I've never tried Egoist, but Platinum Egoist, I had a card to sample. I still have it. I still have a few sprays in it. Classic barbershop stuff. Good stuff. Can't go wrong at Timeless. Well, according to a rep, Infrared and Extreme are on the chopping block. Infrared didn't do well? Damn, I'm kind of surprised. I would think the Night Visions would go before that, especially Infrared. I mean, Extreme's super popular in the community. Worldwide, I have no idea, but Infrared I could see being a mass hit, a hit for the masses, so I'm kind of surprised to hear that. Jazz Club work, yeah, I don't see why not. As long as you're not, dousing yourself in it, absolutely. Especially in the evenings, abso-freaking-lutely. Re-releasing their Pure line. There you go. Herod Exclusive would be fire. Noted. That would be fire. Some great suggestions here, guys. And let's talk about the last one before we get too far off of the topic, because we still got, I'll probably do another 20 minutes or so, 22 minutes. But surprisingly, I have an Armagh flanker. And no, it's not one of the 3 new Club de Nuits because I have no interest in those, but Sillage. On a budget, if you like metallic and fresh, this can work. It smells super damn cheap. If you smell it directly off skin like this, it smells cheap as shit. It really does. But out in the air, this stuff's magical. Performance is great. I could see it. Some people love it. Some people hate it. Super polarizing fragrance. But man, it works. So good. My wife loves this fragrance. Loves it. And this is a great everyday fresh fragrance where you could get away with this every day, year round. It's strong enough to be a great freshie in the cold. All that good stuff. Now, I would recommend I wouldn't recommend Silver Mountain Water. It's too weak now. God, this smells good. I smell it floating in the air. But Zaharoff Mephisto, which I recently got a bottle of, that would be the way to go if you want the quality take. Because this is pretty similar. This is more Silver Mountain Water. Less Mephisto, but it's close enough where you could look at this as a cheap alternative from Mephisto too. But if you want the quality version, I would go with Mephisto or Mephisto Gentle Uomo. That's the, I take it back. I have 2 Zaharoffs. I said only one earlier. That's the other Zaharoff that I have is Mephisto. I love that fragrance. And this is a great, cheap smelling version of it that out in the air, not a huge difference. But to most people, not a huge difference. This would be a great, cheap, everyday, fresh wear, in my opinion, of course. So, Dolce & Gabbana, the One Parfum. That could work, but it would have to have some ballsy longevity for anybody to care about it. And most people aren't going to understand that in most situations, a higher oil concentration is going to sit heavy and sit close to the skin. So that scent profile, I could see lacking projection that people want, kind of like how Ralph's Club Parfum is. It lacks projection, sits closer to the skin, but stays on the skin and smells magnificent. I could see something like this being like Ralph's Club Parfum, which I would enjoy. And Bleu de Chanel Parfum, something along those lines. Polo Blue Parfum. These heavier, richer smelling oil concentration versions, they're just not going to be loud. I would be here for this. I'm down for this, but I don't think it would be a massive success. Sub or dub, both. I've done both. Absolutely done both. I've done Team 4-star. I've done every version, all the fan made stuff. I've watched them all. What about a Blue Wanted? Technically, they do have that with tonic, not just the juice color. Dior just announced new women's fragrance 20 minutes ago, and usually that comes along with a men's. What's the name of it? Especially now that MFK is with them, for sure. Francis Kirkjohn is their in-house perfumer. So he's friends with some reps. I'm sure he'll elaborate a little bit more. Danye from Argos. That's a great one. I haven't worn that in a little while. Yes, I was very pissed off. Before this went live, I saw Wrestle Talk. It was up. The video had been up for 2 minutes. Thoughts? Terrible. Terrible, 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 terrible. You selfish, egotistical prick. WWE is finally fun to watch again. The stories are better. Characters are being done right. The old versions of the characters are better. Stupid parts of storylines are gone. Jesus Christ, Vince, retire. Jesus Christ. Get the Vince McMahon era needs to be over. Yes, he's a genius. He got it to where it is. The 90s, the ruthless aggression era, all that stuff was great. It's a different world now. And it's that old shit and goofy stuff and all that doesn't work anymore for the modern fan, even though I'm multi-generation of fanhood at this point. God, I hope he does not come back to creative. Please, God, don't let Vince McMahon come back to creative. Hit that like button. It's totally free. I agree. 84 likes, 108 viewers. I'm not mad at it, but the more the merrier. What would you recommend to replace discontinued Gentleman Cologne? Specifically, I would say relatively close is going to be something like Vintage Green from Banana Republic. Not quite the same, but close enough, minus the iris. But you get a lot of that same fresh green feel. A little bit of citrus. Infrared is the first to go, they said. In August, if it doesn't perform well this winter, and Extreme is their lowest selling fragrance. Wow. Wow. Infrared's hitting this. Yeah, it's been hitting Nordstrom Rack. Doing well, Edmund. How are you? Ross, if you had the chance to smell. No, I have the teal flanker here. Artisan teal. And this is nothing special. I'm not buying a bottle of that. But the silverish gray bottle, no, I haven't heard it. I haven't tried it. I've heard of it. I've seen it. I just haven't tried it. That's one I would need to get a decant of too. Let's see. It would be so dope if Prada released L'Homme Extreme, re-released. Yeah. Somehow be better than the Intense. Oh, Prada L'Homme. I'm thinking Prada Luna Rosa. Prada L'Homme Extreme. I don't know. I think they're kind of done with that line, though. I don't think they're going to release anything new. Personally. We have a super chat. Not sure what the currency, but I appreciate it, Diego. Absolutely. Bro, you're a legend. Met you on Brian's channel the other day, and you convinced me on getting samples of Amber Oud. Yes. Vanilla Oud. Yes. And, of course, really soon, Evening Mystique. So if you want to get a decant of Evening Mystique, go to fatboyfragrance.com. Use code Z15 to save 15%. Juan's got a few different sizes of decants of the Z Creator fragrances. I hope you enjoy it. Thank you so much for the super chat. I'm not sure what that is in USD, but even if it's $1, I appreciate it, man. I really do. And let's see who's texting me. Oh, so they have a group chat for the complex. That's the apartment complex. Don't care about anything right now. I'm live, damn it. But I greatly appreciate this. Vanilla Oud is fan-freaking-tastic. Amber Oud is fan-freaking-tastic. That's a bunch of hitters. Home run hitters that you are getting samples of, man. I hope you enjoy them. And again, thank you so much for the super chat. Seriously. Wow, nice, Diego. Yeah, for real. That was my CrossFit bag sent until I finished it. Which one? Ross, do you have a PayPal so you don't have to wait for the donation? I do, but I don't want to put that because I don't want people to feel like they have to. If you want to do a donation, do a donation, but I'm not going around asking for them with a tip cup. You know what I mean? I'm not a super chat driven. No shade on Dan. That's his bag. It's not mine. You know, anybody that wants to super chat can. Anybody that doesn't want to doesn't have to. Totally up to you guys, you know? So, but I do actually, for anybody that does want to do that, again, I'm not saying you have to by any means. If you click that link tree, there's a PayPal icon at the top, or at the very bottom, there's support the channel, and there's a PayPal donation button, or buy me a coffee, or any of that stuff. Herba Pura. Sea Eyes is a banger, just like Versace Man. I mean, I can't argue that. No, I haven't tried any of them. Not really all that into Cremo anymore. I do like their products, but ever since a long time ago, they wanted to send me talking points on what they'd like me to say in collaboration. I basically professionally told them to go screw themselves because I don't play that game. I don't do that. I won't be told what to say. We just won't work together. We won't collaborate. I'm not interested in getting in your stuff for free. Pass. Wish you the best of luck. That's pretty much what happened with Cremo. That's why you really don't see anything. The last thing you saw was I bought Ice Citron and Driftwood because I was curious about it. And it's decent. It's very synthetic, like the most synthetic of the ones I have. I do use their shower gels still. I haven't bought any new ones, but I mean, I just had so many of them that I'm still slowly going through them. But I don't really support Cremo anymore because ever since they did that, not because I used to collaborate with them years ago, and there was no contracts and any of this shit. It was just, hey, we want to send you some stuff. See what you think. Talk about it or don't. We want to send you some stuff. Cool. Sure. Appreciate it. When it turned into, here's a contract and these things we want you to say. You need to say these things. It was, I'm out. Pass. Not doing that. Hope you guys can respect that. I don't do that. I've got plenty of men's products. I don't need anything. It's all bonus. You know what I mean? A fresh version of La Nuit de l'Homme. Would it really be La Nuit de l'Homme then? Because it's the night of the man. The night man, you know? So would it really be La Nuit de l'Homme? When was yours? Miss Dior Blooming Bouquet. Terrible name. Acqua di Gio Profumo Elixir. I can't see. It would be great, but I can't see that happening. That would be amazing. I just don't see it. I don't see it coming to fruition. Besides perfumes, I love Red Concepts too. Yes, indeed. Using Total War as my go-to pre-workout for years. So I'm kind of off. I'm off Total War right now. I'm just using Double Tap and creatine as my pre-workout. I'm on some thermogenics. Help kind of curb my appetite. I like to train fasted in the mornings. It's more midday. I wake up kind of late and then go to the gym like an hour and a half after I get up. Watch my Wrestle Talk news and all that good shit while I drink my pre-workout. Go train midday around lunchtime. And then I come home and have post-workout and kind of break my fast because I don't have any calories in my pre-workout. So I fast for like 12 or 14 hours roughly. It's not a super crazy hardcore fast or anything. I've tried the intermittent fasting where I fast for 6 hours and eat all my calories in 8 hours. It didn't really work too well for me. Whereas this kind of works for me. I slowly lean out and still manage to put on a little muscle. It's kind of a slow process, but a consistent process. So I've switched from the Total War to the thermogenics to help me cut back a little bit on the appetite. But probably in the fall, I'll go back to Total War. I have 2 different flavors of Total War. Now, if they start to clump up on me, I'll go ahead and make the switch. I don't want to waste my supplements. But they have the little, moisture pack in them. So this should be okay. But eventually it is what it is. So, but I appreciate you coming check me out, Ralph. Yeah, I'm a Redcon 1 guy. I saw that today. I saw that on Instagram. We'll see what comes of that. Nothing excites me about that. Profondo extrait that smells like rocks. LOL. Also, a fresh version of L'Homme Ideal is overdue. Well, they have Cool. It's technically still in the market. So I'm going to charge my watch. It's down to 12%. Fat Boy was sold out earlier today on the decants. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a picture of that. And we're going to message it to Juan to let Juan know it's time to buy another set. Let's see. So let me send him that. And I sent him the screenshot. I said, we're talking about you. I meant to put LOL. I actually double tapped the O, but he'll get it. He'll get the idea. So I appreciate all of you in here. He told me he was going to be ordering some more soon. I know he was getting close to being empty. John Collins, like $110. Let's see. I would love an EDP version of the original Prada Luna Rossa. That I could see that happening potentially. Okay, so I'm going to skip ahead a bit. I'm kind of behind here, guys. Reason I asked your PayPal link, Linktree isn't working. It's buffering nonstop. That's weird. Let me click it and see. Went straight to it for me. It went literally. Let me do a screen share. It literally went straight to it for me. Because I have it on YouTube right here. And when I click it, straight to it. There's my Linktree. Channels, purchase Zed creators at the top. Channels, fitness and apparel, discounts on fragrances, and then support the channel and Facebook group. There you go. So we'll stop the screen share because there's no reason to have two versions of the same stream up on screen, you know. But that's interesting. It might just be you. Might just be on your end, Randy. Because for me, it popped right up, and I got bandwidth going on two different on it. It's streaming over here and it's broadcasting from here. So, and it's on the Wi-Fi. So it's working out fine on my end. It literally might be your end. Not really. Kind of. I cut back the snacking. I'm not really tracking my calories and my macros. I'm just being mindful of what I'm eating. So not really. I'm not dedicating hardcore to I can't eat more than this. I got to hit this. I'm just kind of going with the flow because it's kind of been working for me. I'm just cutting back on the shit calories, basically. Blue Electrique is the fresh one. And to stop Total War, made my eyes twitch after using it for a year. I'm sorry to laugh. That's hilarious. Yeah, Pat, totally agree. Just saw Eating Mystique was out, not sure on the others. So yeah, I sent Juan that message. He'll see it eventually. And where can we get these amazing decants, if you don't mind me asking? Which decants are you talking about, Rick? Which ones are you talking about? Type below because I'm close to the bottom, so I'll see your message pretty quickly. I'm at the bottom. It worked now. There we go. Just send. Oh well, thank you, man. You didn't have to do that, Randy. You didn't have to do that, man. I'd love to see Chanel Allure Homme Intense or Parfum, etc. That would be interesting too. Chanel has not been putting out anything for men. It's been a while. Black Vanilla is a gift for my sister. Yes, that's a fantastic, very feminine. There's guys that like it. I like it, but I don't wear it often. The Zed creators. Oh, fatboyfragrance.com. Absolutely, fatboyfragrance.com. Which you have bottles. I believe you're just chiming in to help, and I appreciate that because I know you have bottles. Yeah, I sent Juan a picture of me taking a picture of the comment that I pinned on the screen that people are going to get decants and he's out. Give him a reason to buy another bottle. Because Juan bought several bottles of all three, and he's been blowing through them. And I appreciate you guys because I get it. Not everybody wants to blind buy. I totally get that. Now that I think about it, stronger version of Chanel Edition Blanche would be right up my alley. What's going on, Doug? That was one of the hardest things I ever had to do was change my diet, but I want a long life. Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. Hit chest today. Sure did. I saw your comment on my post. Yeah, I sure did. It was chest day today. Are there fragrances that smell like new clothes? I'm newish to fragrance. Clean laundry smell, but like fragrances like Juliet Has a Gun, Invisible. Musk Invisible. That smells like a freshly laundered cotton blanket. That smells amazing. Very cozy and fresh. A little powdery. Can't think of anything that really smells like any linens of sorts outside of that. That smells like a blanket. Wine, get loaded up, my man. There you go. I blind bought every Zaharoff fragrance I own, and I've never regretted it. I mean, there's no misses from Zaharoff. He doesn't miss. And that includes the Zed Creator Collection. Keep up the good work. Figured I'd send both. Randy, you don't have to do that, man. You donated through PayPal and a super chat. And I appreciate that. I appreciate that. The $7 YouTube will let me keep of that $10. I'll make sure it goes to something nice. I appreciate you, man. Seriously. Julia Has a Gun with the fire. Yeah, hey, they got some good stuff, man. Lipstick Fever. If you like Iris, don't knock it till you try it. Versace Porno smells a bit like clean clothes out of the wash. Yeah, in some ways. It's very summery, though. I think more board shorts than anything else. It doesn't smell like that. But I think of that attire because, out in the sun, tank tops and stuff like that because it's so fresh. It's the ultimate for the summer. Cuba Black smells like laundry soap. I know Ross hates it. Oh, Black Cuba Prestige Black. Ugh. Garbage. El Garbaggio. Trash. Can't stand that fragrance. We'll take away the tax of the other donations. There you go. Armani Code Elixir. I like the EDP with oud and spices. Well, they just did a parfum. I could see them going that route. You never know. You never know. Is that an old school athletics cap? That it is. 47 brand classic fitted. Every time I wear this hat, somebody asks me about it. I got it for like $30 from Hat Club a couple of years ago. Fits great. One of the best fitting fitteds I have. It's a 7, but fits kind of like an in-between, like a 7 1/16. Because some hats I need a 7, some hats I need a 7 1/8. With New Era, it fluctuates too much, whereas this kind of fits perfectly. It's just loose enough, just snug enough. It's kind of like a 7 1/16. If 7 1/16 existed, that'd be perfect. That would be the perfect fit for me. Finally found Cool Water Parfum. Been looking for it since on your channel. Couldn't find it. Your blue recommendations are top notch. Well, I am kind of the blue fragrance guy. I'm glad it worked out for you. That's good stuff. It stays on my rotation table. I don't wear it all the time, but it's damn good. Maybe got a bad batch. Cuba. No, it's garbage. You just like it. For me, it's horrible. But I mean, it's great if you like it. I don't. A Red Sox fan, but that's a cool cap. Thank you, man. And I don't have a baseball team really. I grew up a Braves and Astros fan because I'm from South Louisiana. We don't have a team. So we had the Astros and we had the Braves on TV. So I grew up fans of them. So the majority of my baseball hats are Braves and especially Astros. I love the Marlins logo and the Athletics. So you'll see a lot. I have a lot of Athletics hats, a lot of Miami and Florida Marlins, old ones and new ones, as well as I have a few Rockies hats. I have some Diamondback stuff. I got a bunch of stuff. I got Mets hats, Dodgers, a bunch of Dodgers hats. I even got a few Yankees hats, and I'm not really much of a Yankees fan. I have one Red Sox hat. I got most of the league, at least one hat. I just really like baseball hats in general, the logos. I'm obsessed with hats, but have to love curved brims. And look, I got plenty of both. I got plastic adjustable. I got strap backs. I got flex fits. I got dad hats. I got golf hats. I got 5950 fitteds. I've got 47 brand fitteds. I've got top of the world hunting camo, North Carolina and LSU hats. I've got bucket hats from training camp. I've got all kinds of stuff. And that's not counting all the beanies, skull caps, foldovers, palm tops. I don't even count beanies and bucket hats and stuff when I tell you guys I got 500 hats. If I counted all that stuff, it's like more like 600. It's my jam. That and fragrances. There's two things I collect. Used to collect shoes, got rid of hundreds of them over the years. Still have a lot of shoes, probably more than most people in this chat, unless you're into shoes. If you're a kick kind of guy. But yeah, everybody's got their thing, and that's my kind of stuff. Ross rocks them all. That's right. Curve Bruns and hoodies, Penguins, Red Sox, Dolphins, Penn State, and Avalanche. Now we're talking Avalanche. Are my gear. All as well. And yes, great fragrance. George does not miss at all. Call him George Hayes for my NXT fans out there. Get the reference. They still make Emporio Armani diamonds. I'm not sure. I know you can find it sometimes. I see it pop up. Steve had a couple of bottles not that long ago in Kingdom Fragrance. I don't know if he still does. He might still have a little bit. But I'm not sure if it's still in production. 7 3/8. Ouch. So I stretched out the elastic caps. Bilbo's in the house. Grew up outside Shreveport. Braves for life. Yeah. If you grew up in Louisiana, you know what I'm talking about. You always had the Braves on WGN. And TBS, obviously. Huge fan of flat caps and leather cowboy hats. My fiance hates them. She's growing on the flat bills, though. There you go. There's so many penguin hats. I created a collage of the old ones in my Penn's garage. My hat collection might match yours. There you go. Yeah, I'm a hat guy through and through. I've been collecting hats for years and years and years. Thoughts on Tltg? Have my finger on the pulse with that one. Trying not to blind buy. So picture, it does have Loam's DNA, but it's all about this dusty rose. Not dusty roads, but dusty rose, like a dry rose and ginger. That's the 2 stars of the show. If any of that sounds good, you'll like it. It had hype for a reason. It is great, and the price continues to climb. If you are ever interested in that and you see it for a decent price, you might want to grab it. I'm not trying to advocate the blind buy, but in this instance where it's discontinued, most of the time when it shows up, it's pretty high priced. If you see it for a decent price right now, you should grab it. I have a 60 ml. I don't wear it all the time. Again, too many damn fragrances, but that's a really good one. That's one of the best flankers they've ever put out for L'Homme or La Nuit de L'Homme, which, as everybody knows, La Nuit de L'Homme is a flanker in itself. It's a flanker with flankers. But that's one of the best L'Homme flankers they've ever produced, hands down. So if you like dry rose or ginger, a lot of people relate it to Azzaro's Ginger Lover. And yes, they're similar, but Ginger Lover is like that fragrance minus the rose, because the rose is still what differs from the Y. And the YSL L'Homme Ultime does smell a little bit higher quality than Azzaro Ginger Lover. Ginger Lover's good, but it's not as good as Ultime. So I hope that provides some perspective. I don't know if you have Ginger Lover, because you could relate it to that. Yeah, you got a while to think about that one too. So let me get to the bottom. Hour and 12 minutes. We're going to go ahead and wrap it up. Who wants to sell me Ultime? Shout outs to the American Dream. Dusty Rose, baby. Dusty Rose. Steve, I see you the heel. You're going to be such a good heel. I watch a lot of documentaries and Broken Skull sessions when they bring up Dusty. I love when Stone Cold does Dusty's impression. It's the funniest one to me. Love Ultime, but never liked L'Homme and La Nuit de L'Homme lines. That's fair. To each their own. But on that note, we're going to go ahead and shut it down. Hour and 13 minutes. That's plenty. You guys know I don't like to do too much longer than an hour, especially when it's just me. If I had a panel, I'd probably do, to the 2-hour mark, but it's just me. So I appreciate all of you guys. Another great crowd today. We peaked around 120. We hovered in the low 110s, high 100s. You won't hear me complain about that. For a midday live stream, it's been a fantastic crowd every day this week. I appreciate you guys. I cannot make any promises for tomorrow. It's kind of spur of the moment if I have the time. I've had the time, so I've been doing it. I've been hanging out with you guys and chopping it up. Make sure you like this video before you leave. Make sure you check out the Winter Niche video from earlier today. If you haven't checked that out yet, that's the video that came out this morning. Not sure what tomorrow's video is going to be, but it's going to be something. We're going to talk fragrances for sure. And hope you guys have a great evening. I'll catch you on the next one. Have a good one.